Crazy and Gary in here. Video number 2 from the garage. Anyway, so picked up some newer comics this week. Um, Started a couple of new series that have just come out. Uh, some that I'm very excited for, and I think that some of you guys would be excited for them too. A little bit of my collection here. As you can tell, big Raiders of the Lost Ark fan. Huge. But that is for another story. Anyway, that was really bad. Anyway, so Death in the Family, Robin Lives. Brilliant idea. The storyline so far is really interesting. I'd like to know how close it actually is to the story that if Robin would have lived, if we, I remember voting for him to kill Jason Todd off. I don't know. He wasn't Dick Grayson. Bummed me out. Can't have Robin. Dick Grayson. Anyway, that's me. But wonderful cover here. There was a few variants of this issue number 1, but I'm a Joker fan. I like collecting the covers with Joker on them through all the different periods of comics. I wore a black shirt today. I had to sweat, right? Okay. Anyway, but it's a great story so far. It's very, very interesting to see how this is panning out. It really is. That was issue number 1. Issue number 2, another Joker cover. Is the continuing with the story, and I like where they're going with it. I don't like a lot of the newer comics, not really into it, but I'm a huge Batman fan, and of course, huge pre-bronze or post-bronze age comics. See how this is going to pan out. This is issue number 2 of 4. Really interesting. If you guys like that 80s periods of comics, and this is perfect for you. Just kind of a nice little twist to the whole Death in the Family. Another older comic I picked up. It's not a pickup, it's a facsimile. Gotham Gaslight. I loved it when it came out. Came out about the same time or a little bit after Arkham Asylum did. I loved Arkham Asylum. But this is just, I love when they put Batman in different time periods. And this was just perfect. It was so good, detective, and I'm not one that's going to spoil the storylines for people. I'll show you the cover and I'll give you a little tidbits of what the story is, but I just it would take away the excitement of it, and I'm not that guy. Spoiler free here. So check this out. The Kryptonian Age, Gotham by Gaslight. What? Continue the story. I love it. I totally love it. This is wonderful. This is so great story so far. There are 3 issues into it. This is issue number 1. Issue number 2, if you're a Justice League fan, if you're a Justice Society fan, if you're that DC group, a superheroes type kind of person, this one's interesting. This is interesting. They bring in, think Justice League Dark, think JLA. They're bringing in all these characters. And of course, this Kryptonian Age, so, doip, we know what's going to happen eventually. That was issue 2. Surpriser. Guess who's in this one? Everyone's favorite Amazon. Yep. How they bring... Adam Strange. I gave that away. That's all I'm going to say. It's so good. It's so good. Another facsimile I picked up. I don't have the original. I'm a huge House of Mystery fan. House of Secrets. House of Secrets. Issue 92. The first appearance of Swamp Thing. So I love reading the older comics. And I had never read this before. I had never read the original copy. I've never read anything about this. Nothing, not a word of the pages that were printed on the origin of Swamp Thing. And it was great. Loved it. If you know this story, it just makes you, House of Secrets. Then, the last of my new pickups I got. Um, last video I did Dark Crisis. Mentioned this. Didn't know if I wanted to pick it up or not. It's 4-issue series. I'm not going to get any of the tie-ins. I'm not going to bother with any of that stuff. But Absolute Power is good. Is really good. Amanda Waller is a character that you just hate. That you just and I haven't read any of the tie-ins. I don't know any pre Absolute Power storyline. I don't know anything of that. But the character in this is just brutal. I mean, I remember some old Doctor Doom, my one of my all-time favorite villains in comics, Doctor Doom. Um, she's brutal. That's all I have to say. This was Absolute Power issue number 1. Nice story. It's so far I'm liking it. I'm digging it. This week, Absolute Power Dosaroni came out, number 2. When I talk about a great character and a great, well-written character, Nightwing, Dick Grayson, there's a reason why he's always been my favorite. He just kind of basically he gives a speech to all the superheroes in here, and I think Higgy said something toward the effect of, "That's my boy. That's our boy, Higgy. That's our boy. This is Nightwing stepping in. Oh, it's just great. I love it. I love it. So I'm really curious on how this is going to go. I'm really curious on it. Then, and this is going to be a shocker, not really a shocker, but this is the very first Werewolf by Night comic I've ever owned. Yeah, you can, yeah, it's horrible. Why? What's wrong with me? Issue 17. Loved it. I love the old Bronze Age, silver, it started Silver Age. I love this old stuff. I love the 70s. I love the comics, the stories that were written. And this is just it. This is a nice collection. I know that there might be a few. I'd like to start this collection up. I'd like to get the full run on it. I know some of the issues are just insanely priced. I picked this up off of from another local comic shop, 3D Relics, here in up here in North Dakota. If it seems kind of weird out, we got a lot of fires up in Canada and in Montana right now coming this way. So if it seems kind of, I don't notice anything yet, but it's been really gloomy and icky. Anyway, kind of like a werewolf by night. Whatever. Anyway, I loved it. I liked this and the behemoth. It was just great. Then a couple more here. I was never into. I grew up loving the Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. You know, Friday nights for me were growing up. It was the Incredible Hulk, the Dukes of Hazzard, and then I can only watch about 10 minutes of Dallas on CBS. CBS, I believe, yeah. And I was never into the comics, but at this 3D Relics, they have he has quite a bit of older comic books, and it's a fly. I'm in the garage. You get flies. Started collecting Hulk. Whole bunch of old Hulk comics. He's got quite a few of these Silver Age Hulks, and they're in great shape. Prices were it was pretty reasonably priced. But the story, these old Marvel comics, their stories are just, you had the DC and you had the powers. I mean, you had a man who could fly. I mean, he's an alien. You had all of this. You had the Amazon. You had all of this Green Lantern. You had the Flash. Yes, you have a large green thing running around, but the characters and the stories are so human. They were so human, and it's just very, very nice to read these older comics and get kind of acquainted with them. So that was issue 103. Issue 104, boom, which was a thrill for me because I love the Rhino. Didn't like the Rhino in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie. Was that 2 or was it 1? Not memorable. He was only in there for. Don't even want to talk about it because it hurts too bad. But yeah, issue 104. Just cool. It's cool. I love these old stories. And of course, 106. Picked this one up too here. Sorry about the other comic. Titan Rages. Just, yeah, I love it. I love this old Incredible Hulk stuff. Really, really. And I'd like to start the run of this too. The Wolverine one. What is that? 181, I believe, something somewhere in there. I kind of doubt that, unless I can find it without a cover and half the pages missing, but it's kind of a pricey one. So there's this one. Also picked up 114. I have a few other ones, but I'm reading them right now. We'll get into those. Um, Another great story. Look at that! Look at that artwork. Look at that cover. And I believe in this one. Yes, it's the Mandalorian, I believe. I do have a few of the other ones too, but I just wanted to show you these. Kind of a precursor of a lot of the older comics that I have collected over the years. Unfortunately, none of these that I show will be mine from the time period that I bought them. Old comic book racks, because they're gone. You move away, you start playing, doing other things, and you lose out on it. And then you get older, and you're like, damn it, And I love the comic book memories, Dr. Silver Age and Shannon, Rod and Shannon. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. You guys are one of the main reasons why I'm doing this, and I thank you because I started watching that comic book memories that every Saturday morning, and it brought me out of my shell, talking, typing out, commenting, and talking to all the others that are like this morning. It's just it's a wonderful experience listening to the comic book memories. Anyway, you guys are the main reason why I'm doing this. Because the community that you guys are involved in is amazing, and it's something that I would love to connect and to make videos and stuff like that. So anyway, long-winded. Thanks, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A little long here. Didn't want to go over 10 minutes on the videos, but hey, it happens. Got my Exorcist shirt on. Don't mean to scare anyone. Maybe sometime we'll go into some of my stuff I have here back on the wall. Hammer horror, huge horror fan. Anyway, okay. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like if you liked it. Give comments. Sometimes I get back to them. I'm kind of new at this stuff, so when something pops up, I don't really get it right away. But I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the subscriptions. Or you guys subscribing. I'm having a lot of fun with this. This is really just exciting for me. So thank you very much. You guys have a good night. See you next weekend.